What's up, guys? It's your Core here with another video, and today I'm about to tell you guys my final decision on keeping DOA, retiring DOA from my channel or keeping it on for right now. And before I talk to you guys about that, for one, it was totally entirely based off the replies that I got and people also that spoke to me kind of about it in their own opinion of if I should keep it or not. And the other thing, make sure you guys go back and look at that previous video where, what the heck was I talking about in that previous video? Oh, it was that please help me out, guys. Yeah, that one, because I recognized, I went back and looked at it. At the end you couldn't tell what I was saying because the intro music was over me. I re-uploaded it so you could tell what the heck I was saying, so you can understand what in the world I was saying. Now if you guys haven't understood what I was saying at the end of the video, go look at that and then come back to this video. But anyway, the first thing I'm gonna explain, guys, is at first I thought I was gonna throw up a whole bunch of these different games on this one channel, but at the end of the day I kind of see it like this. I'm more so going to probably focus 1 or 2 games on this channel, because I started working on things for other channels that I may be involved in. So this channel may start to, you may see it narrow down to like 1 or 2 games progressively. That doesn't mean that you won't see or hear about a different game, but mainly it's gonna probably be 1 or 2 games. The second thing is, well, me getting right into it. So the thing is, I guess I'm going to actually start off by telling you guys why I freaking even got into DOA. When I was really starting to maybe grasp Tekken a little bit more, I wanted to keep playing Tekken, of course, but I wanted to get into a different game because eventually Tekken was kind of tiring for me, in the fact that it didn't seem like a more realistic approach to fighting. At first when I saw Tekken 6 and the animations after grab breaks and all that crap, it freaking looked lit to me. But when Tag 2 came out, it was more so like I felt like the depth was taken out. And when I seen DOA 5 come out, not that I didn't know that there were previous DOA games, but during this time it was when I was gonna get into DOA a lot more. DOA 5 came out, it seemed more realistic to me with the freaking counters and the counters for literally all the types of moves. It made it look more like a solid fluid battle between 2 people who knew how to do what against different attacks. But obviously after you look at DOA for a long amount of time, it actually doesn't seem like that. It was kind of first impressions to me though. Just like Tag 2 doesn't seem like that. Now I did like DOA for a while, but after a while it became nothing but literal fan service. Now I don't have nothing against you throwing in fan service, but DOA takes it too far. This is my actual personal opinion of DOA right now, which isn't going to affect whether I'll keep playing it or not, because actually, tell you the truth, guys, I'm going to keep playing it regardless. I may not play it as much, but I'm going to keep playing it. But anyway, yeah, it turned into big fan service, which I didn't have anything against that at first, but after a while, especially nowadays, new DLC every month. Okay, that is interesting, new DLC every month, because in the past, like maybe 2 years ago, that was dope, new costumes, and I'm like, but all you guys are doing is really exposing females and maybe giving males some costume here and there, and that's like, I guess that's cool for some perverted people who want to see DOA, but really when I look at it, I'm like, is that really all you guys can do? And then later on they started going in reverse, which was putting clothes on the female characters, and I was like, okay. And then later on they said, oh, okay, we're done with that, we're gonna just start slapping everybody on the game. Why are they slapping Mai on DOA? What does she have to do with anything? I can't, if I want to play DOA, I'm coming here to play DOA. I ain't coming here to play DOA Smash Brothers Brawl, okay? Where they're just mixing all the stupid characters. Speaking of Smash Bros, I used to like Smash Bros too until they just started slapping characters in. I know one of my favorite characters of all time is Cloud, but why is he in there again? No one can explain that to me, can they? Anyway, moving on. Then they just start slapping things that make no sense. What else did they slap in that makes no sense? I'm sure they slapped more things that made no sense in that game. I just can't think of it right now. I did like some of the old DLC, like some Ninja Gaiden stuff that was coming out and Virtual Fighter stuff, even though those seem slapped on, but that was okay. But now they're kind of taking it too far. It makes no sense. The last thing I want to say that contributes to my opinion was one time when I was at Final Round, I heard some people talking about how Virtua Fighter was a failure and DOA wasn't. Which a lot of people get this wrong because they think the same way that these people who I'm about to explain think. This was the thing. I was at Final Round. Some people behind me were talking. Well, it was a guy explaining to two other people, and they were kind of on the side of agreeing with him because he seemed knowledgeable in the subject, which he did have some type of knowledge, but it was misinterpreted. Not misinterpreted, but it's like he didn't truly know, because a lot of people think that, oh crap, Virtua Fighter was a failed game because well, it didn't have the right system. And he was basically saying that DOA is an improved version of Virtua Fighter. The reason why DOA is still such a success more than Virtua Fighter is because of the system and the mechanics and the counter system and things that they've included in DOA's fight system that Virtua Fighter didn't have. I'm gonna tell you that that's completely wrong. He believes exactly that, and he also said DOA was the better competitive fighting game, which is extremely false. I main Tekken, and I will tell you right now, I don't main DOA, Virtua Fighter, or King of Fighters, nothing like that. I did partially main DOA for a while. I don't do that no more, but full main, even when I partially main Virtua Fighter, even when I main DOA, I have played both Virtua Fighter and DOA, but full main is Tekken. I'm not even being biased right here, because I'm gonna tell you this: DOA is below, in terms of being a true competitive fighting game, is below Tekken and Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter was the most technical fighting game that we had out during time. Even now, if Virtua Fighter was still popular here in America, it would be the most technical fighting game that we had. It was more skillful than DOA. Still is more skillful than DOA. It's really something to play that game at a high competitive level. And DOA, oh my god, I don't want to explain that because I don't want to envelop that as this whole entire video. But playing DOA at a high skill level is not compared to Tekken or Virtua Fighter, especially not Virtua Fighter. You can form some type of argument with Tekken and make it close, but Virtua Fighter is above both games in terms of true competitive fighting. Last thing, guys, if you want to know the reason why Virtua Fighter failed, I've had this conversation with people who've known and people who haven't known. It's marketing strategy. Virtua Fighter appeals strongly to the competitive side of fighting. That's why they mainly only have versus mode and practice mode and stuff like that. They're not big on the story at all. The reason DOA is still somewhat successful is because it has a story. The reason Street Fighter is still out here is because of the story. The reason Tekken, despite the fact these games are all great competitive fighting games in their own right, they are only still here because of the story. The casual gaming market is bigger than the competitive gaming market, and if you lose the casual gaming market, you lose out on pretty much almost your whole entire game. That was the difference in Virtua Fighter being all over here in the US, and it just only being out there in Asia. That was the main difference. And guess what? They didn't tend to the casual player really all that much. They only focus on competitive people. And don't get me wrong, it made Virtua Fighter the most skilled competitive fighting game of its time, and probably still right now. I can't think of a game that takes more skill than Virtua Fighter that's a competitive fighting game. Well, that's a 3D arcade style competitive fighting game, but it is gonna fail because it fails to cater to the casual gaming market, which is bigger. Last thing, guys, is I'm gonna give my final, my final say so, and if I'm going to retire DOA or not. Now, this was completely based off your comments, not my own opinion, and some people talking to me. And the thing is, I'll go through and read some of the comments. Like my boy, Lord Orion, if you guys ever even know who he is. I'm pretty sure a lot of DOA players know who this boy is. Because he got a sick Ione. So sick it'll make you throw up when you're watching. And you probably might be sick for 5 more days after. But anyway, he was saying that he sees what I'm saying, because he's been trying to freaking rank up, and it's taking a long time. And regardless if you're at the higher ranks or around the mid or lower ranks, it takes long to stretch up, even if you're good at the game. And I remember when I used to straight up play DOA, I could consider myself pretty good at the game, and it still would take long to rank up. It's not even a fact of if you're good or not. It's the fact that, dude, it takes long to rank up in DOA. Another guy commented pretty much saying that I get what you mean, man. You should probably wait for DOA 6 to come out. Other people were also saying, well, we straight up don't like DOA anyway, so it doesn't matter to us if it's on your channel or not. Even though they didn't technically literally come out and say that, that's pretty much what they were saying. I know that some people like Tekken more on my channel anyway, so yeah, I don't come into disagreements with what they're saying. They just are people who don't like DOA. Some people were like, yeah, the DOA videos are interesting, you should keep them on your channel. But the thing is, guys, in the final decision, really, to tell you the truth, the people who didn't want DOA mainly outweighed the people who did want DOA. So right now I'm retiring DOA on the channel, and it may be for the best. Don't get me wrong. Now I'm gonna still actually play DOA personally, but on the channel is retired for right now. But it might be for the best. I'll check out for myself if it's gonna be the best, for the best or not. It might help me out. Yeah, guys, keep it in mind that I'm also probably not gonna throw up all the games that I was talking about I was gonna throw up on this channel, strictly because I might start working on other channels. I have another channel with my friends on it. We might collab and focus on that channel. And I even have a third and secondary channel that I haven't even really done nothing on with, but expect some other category of gaming to be on a different channel that I may do. I may or not tell you guys about the other channels, but I definitely will have them in the my little recommended channels. Not recommended channels. It's the one freaking, I think I called it check out these channels or something like that on the right. It's not there now, but it'll eventually be there. I may or may not tell you guys about it, tell you guys what specific channels they are. I may or may not. I'll think about it when we really get going. I'ma freaking think about it. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to share, comment, subscribe, and always finger that button. And I think my next video is probably gonna be on Overwatch or something like that. I think so. I'm not quite sure. It might be. Yeah. Peace, guys.